Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? Yo soy Néstor, por si no me conocen, mucho gusto. El día de hoy vamos a conocer a Harry Shum Jr. Y cuando digo conocer, vamos a conocer en serio a uno de mis actores favoritos. Estoy súper enamoradísimo de su personaje en la serie de Shadowhunters. Él interpreta el papel de Magnus Bane, el brujo de Brooklyn. Y bueno, lamentablemente yo trabajo en ese building en donde él va a realizar una entrevista el día de hoy, pero no tengo boletos para conocerlo. Pero voy a tratar de utilizar toda mi influencia y toda mi labia posible para, aunque sea, sacar una foto bastante aceptable para posteárselas a ustedes aquí en Instagram. Pero díganme, ¿ustedes ven la serie o son fanáticos de alguno de los personajes? Bueno, se supone que hoy vamos a ver a Harry a las 12:30. Estoy esperando que llegue porque se supone que venía más temprano, pero no, cambiaron la hora. Bueno, primero que nada quiero que sepan que está lloviendo, está haciendo un frío del carajo, está haciendo demasiado frío y estamos esperando a Harry. Ya me dijeron que sí podemos entrar al show. Voy a entrar con mi hermano, voy a entrar con unas amigas y no sé, de verdad, tengo la pregunta súper preparadísima que le voy a hacer en el show adentro a Harry, pero no sé, ahora tampoco sé si me van a dejar hacerle algunas preguntas a Harry, so we'll see. Por aquí, por esta puerta, va a salir Magnus Bane. Van a hablar acerca de Shadowhunters el día de hoy y voy a tratar, de verdad voy a tratar de hacerle la pregunta que quiero hacerle. Creo que va a ser como una representación de todos los latinos, tanto en Estados Unidos como fuera de Estados Unidos. La pregunta que le quiero hacer a Harry Shum Jr. va a ser algo súper chévere. Si me dan la oportunidad, va a ser súper cool.
Sorry to interrupt.
Magnus.
Looks like someone needs a coffee.
Oh, no thank you. I already had 6. So, I was up all night researching the dark magic that Lilith has been using on Chase. I may have found a way to free him.
What? How?
Based on your descriptions, it seems that Lilith has Jace locked in some kind of a mental cage. And the only solution is breaking that cage by blasting Jace with enough magic to eviscerate her presence.
You have the power to do that?
No, but I will. In the Book of the White, I found a synthesis spell that allowed me to temporarily channel the magic of other warlocks.
How many warlocks?
I'll need at least about a dozen to match Lilith's strength. I'll have to call in some favors, but this should work.
There's just one tiny catch. We'll need the High Warlock's permission to organize something on this scale. Everybody, please welcome Magnus himself, Harry Shum Jr.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's always nice to be here.
Congratulations on a big mid-season finale last night. Some big surprises.
Lots of surprises.
I believe you lost your powers.
Yes. Poor Magnus lost his, like almost identity in a strange way, saying that.
What did you think when you saw that in the script? How long have you known that was going to happen?
A little bit before, like midway through, when I think a couple episodes before, Todd and Darren told me about Magnus losing his power, and then, what that's gonna be, kind of the trajectory of like how, if he's gonna get it back, or how he's gonna deal with it, how he's gonna react with it. And I found it to be fascinating because that's like, I always look at it, it's like your eyebrows aren't your identity, but if you shave it and it's never gonna grow back in a way like of or just any part that you've had for so long that you look at yourself like, oh yeah, that's me, and you're like, whoa, this is the new me. How do I adapt to this, right? And how do I?
I forgot to wear a belt to work 2 days in a row, and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke, but it literally did. I kept being like, where is this? Who am I?
It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So I mean, for someone like for centuries being used to this thing that he's honed in for so long, and now it's gone, I think it's gonna be fascinating to see how he climbs back up.
How do you do a scene that consists of the dialogue that we just saw, and does it take some getting used to?
Yes, definitely. Sometimes, honestly, like I could not recite that. Like I don't remember because you learn it and then you get to know it really well, and you want to make sure, obviously, you know what you're saying, why you're saying it, but sometimes it's almost like it just starts coming out, and in my mind, I'm like, what how did that come out of my mouth? What's nice about this show is like you just transform into, this character, and then when you leave it, you're like, whoa, it's kind of an out of body experience.
Because of all the makeup and because of the kind
Just
of dialogue.
everything, the world, it's you look at it and like it's New York, but at the same time, it's also this hyper fantasy world where they live amongst this almost like alternate universe, which I think is so neat to be able to see on a show.
Talk about your character's relationship with Alex this season and how that has progressed. Did you ever see that happening?
Yeah, Alec
Part
and
of the books, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. Alec and Magnus. It dives a little deeper into the relationship, and I think for Malik, it's really important that it's played as honest as possible, and that's Matt Daddario. Big ups to him. I think he does a wonderful job, and it's really fun playing opposite of him and really kind of breaking down the scenes as much as possible. But I think for Magnus and Alec, for this season, for the 3A, it was kind of figuring out the differences between them and really figuring out not just, oh, I like coffee and you don't like coffee. It's more like, oh, you're immortal and I'm like mortal, well, the opposite for him. And the fact that's like, whoa, what's gonna happen if like I become 80 and you still look like you're 20, and don't age. So I think that is a hard thing to grasp, and I think it'll be explored more in the upcoming season. I definitely do. I think for someone, you got to think it's kind of morbid, and if you think about it, like someone who's immortal, to never feel like there's an ending, it's kind of like tragic. I think being human, you're just like, oh yeah, I have to, take every day and live it to the fullest. But when you get to a point where you're like, well, what does every day mean? I'm gonna see the same thing. People go and people come. So I think there's this sadness of Magnus to be able to have that. So I don't know. It might be a little refreshing at the same time to live like, oh, I gotta take every day and spend days with my friends and even like with Alec to be able to embrace that in a way. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
That's so interesting because how old is Magnus actually at this point?
No one knows. No one knows. Centuries old.
Centuries old.
He it's like one of those things that you can't like even reveal. I think he lies about it, his age, because there's
But he's at least centuries old.
Definitely centuries old.
So you would think if you were centuries old, there would be no drama in your life because you would be so like, well, things will move on. It doesn't matter. You're like, I'm going to break up with you. Okay, I'll find someone else in 100 years. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, how sad. No, but it's that's what's so fascinating about this guy. I keep pointing to him because he's like right in front of me. It's so funny. Like, oh yeah,
That doesn't feel like you.
No. I mean, when you look at Magnus, there's a tragedy and a beauty with it because yes, he's lived so long, but he still cares so much, or he's had actually a big portion of his life where he didn't care, and now obviously meeting the people that he's met and then meeting Alec, it's something that brought that out of him, where he's like, oh, I'm not just that jaded person that I was and gone through so much tragedy in my life, this is giving me some kind of hope to live. Yes, with this coming up, with him losing his power, is a huge roadblock because it's like, I'm ready to live forever, but at the same time, now it's like, oh, what is this short period of time that I can make the most out of?
Do his powers, losing his powers, does that mean that he doesn't live forever now? Excuse me.
We will find that out in 3D.
I think you just said it.
Hey,
I think you might have.
I didn't say it.
Harry.
I didn't say it. You said it. Todd said it.
Todd said it. I got it. Thanks, Todd. Before we get to audience questions, what can people expect from the second half of this season of Shadowhunters?
More crazy things.
Got it.
No.
And question.
No, I think what we talked about with Magnus, you're going to see him exploring having no powers, but I think everyone else is going through some stuff. Some major stuff that they're dealing with that are in high stakes.
Some people might be dead.
Ooh, yes. Some people. No one's safe. That's the power of TV now. It's like nobody is safe. You never
Up
know.
the ante all the
You
time.
never know, and it's true. When you have stakes like this, you might fall off that cliff. Who knows?
Next question.
Hi, Harry.
Oh, hi.
My question is, what inspired you to try out for a role in Shadowhunters? Did you try out for Magnus or a different role, and then you wanted to get Magnus?
I
What
tried out for
inspired you?
Clary, and then it just wasn't. I was like, you don't have the look or the essence. So I was like, all right, let me see what I can. No, I auditioned for the movie, and that didn't go too well. And no, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about my audition. Sorry, I would be specific. Like, my audition didn't go too well, and then opportunity came up to audition for the TV show, and I think TV you get to explore more, and for me it was really fun, kind of building it with everyone, with the writers and the producers and their ideas on it, and also kind of my take and like the things that you can control as an actor is like the physicality and also the background, the story. Playing someone that's centuries old, I'm like, who? Like you were asking earlier, how do you find how can you put yourself into it? But I think the torture, of like what going through something so terrible over and over again, I think is what I kind of imagined, and seeing like the light that can come in the end of it. It was something really fascinating to me because there's so much to explore, and it's been a fun ride to be able to put on the makeup and then find ask questions like, is this a mask for him, or is this his identity? What does it really mean? And that's been really fun and fulfilling as an actor.
Se supone que no podemos grabar aquí dentro del estudio, pero bueno, vamos a tratar de grabar a Harry. ¿Sí? Este momento donde Harry se acerca. Harry, say hola Latinoamérica.
Hola,
Néstor Bracho.
Netro Vacho?
Bracho.
Bracho.
Bueno, yo creo que ya suficiente, muchísima emoción por el día de hoy, pero antes de irme a mi casa, porque está lloviendo y está cayendo un palo de agua horrible, acabamos de salir del programa con Harry Shum Jr. La verdad es que me encantó, es un tipazo que es muy dado con el público, es muy dado con la gente, con sus seguidores, con sus fanáticos. Antes de irme a casa les quiero mostrar, voy a probar junto con mi hermano la famosísima Butterbeer o cerveza de mantequilla. Esta no trae alcohol, obviamente, es una bebida como dulce, pero sí, voy a comprarla para tener una de recuerdo, ya que en el parque no pude comprarla. Si no han visto los videos anteriores, los capítulos en donde fuimos a visitar el parque, por favor, vayan a checar los links que les dejaré aquí abajo o aquí en una notita.